Is it possible to make positive music during the pandemic? Singer-songwriter SZA believes it is.
I sat down with her to chat about a new project she's working on and how she's been doing during the pandemic.
When COVID forced her into lockdown, she found ways to stay creative and eventually released her new song Good Days in December 2020. Good Days has gone platinum in the US and hit #1 on Spotify. SZA says the song was inspired by trying to remain hopeful throughout the pandemic.
I think people are really just frazzled and very sad. I genuinely lost my mind in quarantine last year. Making my own mantra of still believe in good days, because it's really me trying to convince myself, that was pretty key for me. I have nothing else but to believe in good days, because if not, then what? I'm just gonna spiral out of control, and that's not an option.
During the pandemic, SZA says she finds different ways to stay active. Being outside has been one method she uses to pick up her mood.
I'm just a very physical person. To learn things, I have to do them. I swear, in different ways, trying different types of yoga that I found on YouTube. Just trying things, connecting with different aspects of my body out of desperation. So I spend a lot of time outside, color theory in the mind, just seeing more green and being around more oxygen. I'll drive anywhere to get near a lot of trees.
The climate crisis is already here, and it's hitting Black, Brown, and Indigenous communities the hardest.
For SZA, nature is essential for mental health. She recently joined a new partnership with Tazo Tea and American Forests to plant trees in 5 cities around the country, including Detroit and the Bronx in New York, to combat environmental racism, or the lack of nature and green spaces in minority neighborhoods.
Some neighborhoods are 20 degrees warmer than whiter neighborhoods, just based on the factors and the environmental things that they would never put in white neighborhoods. We growing up in New Jersey, where it just randomly smells like poop, but it's not poop, it's random factory stuff.
And how can trees help solve some of these problems?
Outside of providing genuine just oxygen, outside of addressing the color theory of bringing green and heart chakra energy into everything, it's upping that mental health. You have something to counter the effects of all of this smog, feeling like you matter.
And the one thing many of her fans really want to know, I asked her if her next album is coming out this year.
Yes, absolutely.